Howdy ho, neighbor. It's a Tinster here. I'm gonna do just some kind of talking stuff about Sasquatch update. Just looking where I can set this puppy. Isn't it funny? So many people don't really fully make their plan, and then they get right into video mode, and then they realize, whoops, I need a plan for a stand or something like that, right? So hang on. If you don't hang on, then you're not going to get the update, are you? Fast forward if you want, but I'm kind of weird when I do this kind of shit. I'm all over the place, so do what you want. But this is News World Update on Sasquatch, okay? Keep thumbsing me down if you want, people. It does kind of irritate me because it is so... you're missing out on something there, man. That's why it irritates me, but who cares? I guess there's dim-witted people who haven't really started into the understanding of trying to do research, because everybody on YouTube, that's what you're doing if you're commenting in a way in disagreement or with an agreement. You're kind of researching in your own mind. God damn it, eh? Let's see if I got something to stop it. Got my camera here, too. I'm just out at, in Mission here. I had to come into my town. So, oops. It's a noisy area. But I used to come to this spot right here and kind of just hang out and reminisce about different things in life when I was more of a towner in Mission here. Now I'm more of an out-of-towner. For good reasons. There we go, eh? Let's do this slide then. Get in the picture better. Okay. So I don't know if any of you are really there. I just talked to my nephew, and it was awesome. Because he said, I see him. Like this, just texting talk. He's working right now. He's a tattooist. And, he's got his own shop and stuff like that. He's a pretty amazing tattooist. Anyways, he's, so I'm talking to him about getting my, decal, like, to draw up my decal for me. He drew up I have a Popeye tattoo on my back, and he's the artist who drew it up for me. He didn't do the tattoo. He wasn't quite at that, caliber, near that caliber. But, for drawing, he sure was. Now he's way up there in caliber over the desert. So anyways, my... people who don't know this, I got a bit of a condition. I'm just going into it for a second here. And it's a hyperstate condition. And I just want you to know that I'm just very hyperstated these days. So, yeah. Help myself balance it and stuff. I'm a 420 medicated licensed user that uses that to help truly keep me balanced, truly to keep me out of the pain and aches that come along with a couple of things. It keeps me more positive in my mind. It, you know, it's a really good helper, or that's what it is. This is a helper. Anyways, so back to Sassy. So I'm onto some hot stuff here, and I realize that a lot of people aren't going to really understand it, and so on and so forth. So it's hard for me to talk and show you guys videos and keep it so tame. I could go there right now, and I would get signs that they're around. There's not very many people that actually have, like that brother with them in the backyard. Can't remember. Kev. I can't remember what his channel's called. But he's getting a lot out of activity there. And he's taking it easy. He's doing it really respectful. I got a lot of respect for him, and he's taking his time because he's learning, and that's very good before he goes out into that bush to do that. I've done all that stuff. That's why I'm able to be a little step ahead of him. And maybe I do have more or different experience in the bush, you know, stuff like that, right? So bring that into bar. There's another lady that there's a lady that I've just been starting to talk to a little bit in the Bigfoot world here, and if I'm going to say her name correct, It's kind of like Sass or Sasse or something, I don't know, S-A-S-S-E, something like that. Anyways, yeah, I've watched some of her experiences and stuff like that, and she talks about she's been doing experiences for a very long time. They're all around and stuff like that, and she just shows them so much respect. She really gives them space. I'm in a different place than that because I'm getting a different understanding from where I am here, okay? So I'm thinking what I need to do is I need to pick a topic offhand here, so just give me a second. Okay, so for some of those people to understand why I'm going to the point of being confident enough to call it a sanctuary habitat is because I'm hanging out in their habitat. And this is at pod number 1. This is where we know most of what I've been learning and passing forward to you guys has been in this last 3 weeks on pod spot number 1. Since then, I've uploaded a little bit of video stating that I have found a second spot, and I will clarify with you guys on that. I'm 100% confident on the spot. I just have to give you guys some proof, and they're fully unconnected, fully 100% unconnected. They aren't very far apart by vehicle. I was going with 10 to 15 minutes, but I would be pushing it there, so I'd go more with about 15 to 20 minutes away in driving time. So there we go. Separated by water and stuff like that. Not to say they can't handle that terrain. Obviously, I would say they can. I just have a feeling with those big flippers on their feet that they have fur feet. Alrighty. So anyways, I'm on to a different species. I know that's going to be hard for you to understand. It's hard for me to understand. I haven't fully gotten there. Part of the reason I'm going with that is because of their cutting mechanism. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. You're not seeing how often that is being used. Like, there's something going on there. I don't know if it's a set of whoosh. I don't know if it's a whoosh, just a singular one in a weird spot or something. I don't know if there's a retractable system. I don't even know if I'm right with it being claws. You know, with my shitty camera, I took pictures of the fruit that had been eaten and stuff. Like the oranges, they didn't completely peel them or anything. I just bit through them like this. So I had pictures of that, and I went and deleted not just pictures, video of it, because these cameras here were dead. It's because it was the same day I was over at my new place, and I burned everything up on these guys. So that's where we're at. I'm still hoping to get there tomorrow, so I'm going to get more, which is Sunday. So I'm going to plan on uploading this when I get home. Okay, just back to the meeting then. Yeah, so I'll be able to get more pictures of that again tomorrow, hopefully. And I'm telling you, it's quite the weird pattern. Almost gives me a chimp kind of almost a pattern of a bite mark, but I don't have a clue really how a chimp leaves a pattern, so I'll go with that. I guess in a way, because when you look at the peel, maybe it looks like a chimp's mouth a bit, and it's really not. There's nothing that shows sharpness or anything like that. It was kind of, well, it didn't look close enough to see if it looked torn. We'll find out. Hopefully they're still in good shape there. I love my supporters. I'm not getting a lot of supporters. I mean, like, you don't feel a lot of support when you're sharing it just to people or whatever, and it's all understandable. Like my kids, they know. Like I was just talking to one of my daughters and a girlfriend of hers. Both of my daughters were actually there a little while back here. I was telling the girlfriend about it, and it's kind of embarrassing, I'm sure, to some level with my daughters, because it's hard for them to go 100% yet. One of them has seen all the video, like, to this male being there, and she came into it with her own thoughts. You know, I just kind of said, look around here and look for, bring bring a baboon into mind. Bring the shape of a head of a baboon, left profile. Just do that a little bit. And it seemed to help her a bit, and she was able to really see what she was looking at. So, trying to explain it to this friend, I said to her, don't feel bad about not believing it 100%. Don't at all. This daughter here, she's still far from 100%. This daughter here, she's really close to 100%. I get to be 100% already because I've seen it. As time goes on and people see more and more pictures and stuff like that, they'll start to feel the 100% comfort. Live video, 100% comfort. Visual, 100% comfort. And that one happens pretty much instantly, unless you're going to second guess yourself or something like that, right? So, take that thought to the bank. I hope this isn't going to jump out and bite me, but no trains coming across this bridge. I showed you the bridge. No trains have come across since I've been here, man. You can hear them back on the tracks over in a system back there, but not coming this way. Hopefully I'm doing good by mentioning that. Salmon just jumped behind me. I did not realize salmon were running right now. I'm on the Fraser River here. It's the big end of the river system ending in the Pacific Ocean, pointing towards Japan in many cases, because it kind of splits up a bit or whatever, but yeah. So the Japanese might get a little bit of our water. Sasquatch pea water. I'm going to start selling that, maybe, Sasquatch pea drink. Yeah, we'll see on that one, eh? I'm going to note to get out to some bigwigs out there, like Thinker. You've talked to me a couple of times, Thinker, responded on stuff. I'd appreciate just a response of, I'm looking at your stuff, whatever. MK Douglas Davis. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong, but it's MK. I know that. I always just think MK. You also, I'd like to hear from you also, please. Just let me know if you're looking at my stuff. I'd like to let you know that I have more stuff. And, those 3 experiences that I know I've had and more, those close ones like that were, I don't think, 6 days apart. They weren't 7 days apart. They weren't a whole week apart, those 3. So, and that's just happened. I gave myself 2 days kind of off. And I held it, I think. And then I went yesterday and just dropped off some food. That's when that's the video stuff I screwed up on, because I also taped myself dropping off some. What did I drop off? Can't remember at this moment. Anyways, so I just appreciate you guys to take a peek. Give me a heads up that you're a peek. Oh yeah, so now I've put up my big male video, and there's a couple of females you can see there, obviously. The people with the eyes will see them, you obviously know right away, but the male is suspiciously different, isn't it? Let me know what you think about that, species-wise and stuff, unless it's doing a chameleon thing. And I'll tell you what, to go more straighter with the chameleon on my level of how I'm seeing it happen, it's trickery, it's magic, it's just it's like that male there is using his hand in a way where he's kind of, I'm sorry, but I'm not finger-wise very whatever, and he's kind of doing a thing like this or something, where he's dividing the fingers up, but see what I'm saying? And he's doing something like this. At first, it looks like it could be a baby and such. And that's what I was going with at first. And then I started thinking, well, maybe there was something in there, and he's replaced it with his hand. So, but there's hand. That's for sure his hand. I'm assuming his right arm is how I'm going with that. You can see the back of his head, or it's part of his right arm getting in there. But I don't think. Yeah, that can't be his arm going back there, I'm pretty sure. But you figure it out, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on there, but the biggest focal point I want just a little feedback on is my big male that is in the middle there, because you know, you think about what I've been, you guys are going to be going through my stuff, and you look at my cutting, like my talkings about them cutting down these trees, not just falling trees, like they kill trees, different things like this. They got a farming technique, a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I have now proof of that cutting technique at least a number of years old. Okay, I've come across the tree that states it, that has had it happen to it, and it almost looks like, even at one point my father pointed it out, that maybe something was even gnawing at the top of the, you know how when a tree does splinter, it had its splinters, but something's, it's almost like it's changed it in a way. So I'm going to take a closer look at that and see if I can get any pattern of teeth or anything like that eventually here pretty soon. Tomorrow I plan on Sunday go out there and go to that area where I've got the male in the picture. I know it's been 3 days, I think, by then. Maybe 4 days. No, because it was back then. Because I skipped those 2 days. So 5, 6. 6 days since then. So about a week since I seen that male. So weather, rain, all that kind of stuff. But I think we'll get a source of something. I feel comfortable for going down into it and walking through it. Then I'm going to hopefully have my measuring tape with me. I'll locate the spot. I can use that stick as a reference. Unless they've moved that, then it might make it a little bit more difficult. But I have looked at this video so many times, I got a lot of, I think I'll bring the copy in here. Should have brought a drink. So we're going to have that, and I'm just going to put that up, okay? And like, I don't play with my, I'm not very well videographed, you know, as an artist or anything like that. Mostly because I'm not really into sitting in front of that stuff because of, you know, my thing I complain about or point out, whatever. It makes it so I don't feel like even talking a heck of a lot or anything like that. I should be sitting in a better position, to tell you the truth, and not allowing myself to vibrate too much and stuff, and that'll make myself feel better. But right now my tinnitus, my tinnitus and hyperacusis is so extreme, it doesn't really freaking matter, man, but whatever. You know, you just buckle down and, you know, you're just happy and you're just accepting, and look at what God went and did, because I was having such a tough time. You know, whatever. It is what it is, right? People who their life changes a lot have, you know, whatever you want to call it. Look at these deep pockets like a Sasquatch, right? So anyways, when that stuff starts happening, sometimes you're just been walking on a path, and you realize, because this path can take me out where there's complete silence and I can get a huge rest for my condition and see where I can take it from there. That's where I'm at with it all. So, you know, I'm looking for sponsors. You know, I don't want to build a YouTube channel to make a living. I want to build a YouTube channel to educate our people. I want sponsors or somebody, manager, to hook me to start to be my manager and get my sponsors so we can take this. I'm sorry if I put my finger on the speaker. No, I don't. I'm pretty sure I did. And you know, take this thing out on into some back country and stuff a little bit, maybe, or I don't know where I'm going with it. Better video equipment at the minimum. Just better video equipment. That's all I want to go right now, right? So I'm on my own. I want to be on my own doing this. I don't mind teaching the right other people how to track, right? But I'm not just going to be free for all. You guys see what you see on my video, but it's not like I necessarily, you're not there beside me. You don't see how I'm able to see it and teach that part of it. It's a little bit different than scouting out bear trails and coyotes, wolves, that kind of moose. You know, it's nothing like that language. So, yeah. Hit me up with a thumbs up or whatever, people, and leave some nice comments, leave some nasty comments. Let me know your brains are thinking. Peace out from Tinster. It's nighttime. Here we'll go for the 20. How's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.